Okay, so now we're here at the food part of every Mother's Day brunch. And actually, every year for Christmas, I give my mother, in lieu of a gift, a brunch where
I love that.
Yeah. So she gets to invite about 20 or 30 of her best friends.
Wow.
And I do all the cooking and the prep work, and she has it at her house. And then I clean it all up, and it's all over. So all she has to do is entertain and talk to her friends the entire time.
Gosh.
So it's a good gift. Yes.
Pat on the back for you.
Well, anyways, let's just say I have a large arsenal of brunch recipes. So what we brought out today is some of our easier ones that honestly you can do in 2 seconds.
I like that.
And it doesn't mean that you're skimping on quality though. So the first one is, as we were alluding to earlier, our Petit pain au chocolat.
Don't ask me to repeat that. I don't speak that in Texan. Sorry.
Texans don't speak French. No. That's fine. Basically, it's a chocolate croissant. And it couldn't be easier, and they're great, and they're little, and they're so fun that the adult guests and the kids will love them as well. What? So basically what you want to do is you want to buy a store-bought package of puff pastry. You can find it in the freezer.
Is there anything better than the freezer section of the puff pastry? I just think
pretty much the best. Yes. So you get 2 sheets to a box. Okay. You let them lay out until they soften, and then you cut them into squares.
Like 1 by 2s?
Well, basically each puff pastry rolls out into thirds, and then you cut them into the thirds, and then you cut each one into 4.
Enough to fit this?
Exactly. So what all this takes is the puff pastry, some good chocolate, and a little egg wash and some sugar, and you're done. So what we've done is we've lined a pan with parchment paper, and we're going to take one of these little squares of puff pastry, and basically, Jen, you just take your little square of chocolate, which we put in the freezer first, just so you guys know. And what we did was then you just roll it up like you would a croissant. And with a croissant, you don't want to fold the ends in. You want to leave a little bit out so it will puff out at the end.
Oh.
How easy is that?
Okay.
You do a bunch of these. We can start doing them. And, you know, chocolate doesn't always break uniformly, so feel free to use the bigger pieces of chocolate with the bigger puff pastry.
There we go. That's a bigger one.
And the smaller pieces of chocolate with the smaller puff pastry.
I like your thinking.
Right. So then and you want to make sure that you put them seam side down on the little platter.
Oops,
so unbelievably easy. No, please don't be ridiculous. And you just fold them over really easy. And then what we've done is we've taken 1 egg and we've mixed it with a tablespoon of water. And we're just going to take a pastry brush when we're done, before we put them in a preheated oven, which is set to 400 degrees. And we're going to bake them for 15 minutes till they puff up. But we just want to coat each one with a quick egg wash on the top only. And then Jen, I've got some sugar here. You just want to sprinkle a little bit of sugar on top of each of them. Exactly. And so that when they puff up, they have that nice little sugar crust to them, which is delicious. And honestly, the rave reviews that I got over this ridiculously stupid, easy recipe outshone some of the reviews for my most complicated items on the menu. I mean, really, it was just embarrassing. So we'll put these in the oven and we'll come back and show you at the end, but these are your petit pain. I'm not even going to do it
let
again.
her speak, and I'm just going to do the hand.
Petit pain au chocolat. And here they are, out of the oven a mere 15 minutes later. Don't they look like little individual mini croissants? Croissants, as my French-speaking children would say.
I can't even say that, actually. Croissant.
Apparently I say it wrong every time to my children. Have a bite, please.
I'm going to. I'm going to give this one right there.
Oh, and we forgot to tell you that we just used chopped up Hershey bars and also, I think, a symphony bar that had toffee in it too. Did you get the toffee one?
That's what I got, and that's the
best one. So you can put whatever kind of chocolate we want in it.
I'd recommend the toffee bar.
But delish, right?
Really good.
Yeah. Parents and children will love.
Going back in.